RUBEN AMORIM's dream Manchester United 11 player as manager, eyes 5 stars in huge summer overhaul. Manchester United face a busy summer as head coach. RUBEN AMORIM begins preparations for a first full season in charge, with a new striker thought to be high on the list. Victor Osimhen is one of several attacking talents linked with Manchester United. As Manchester United prepare for RUBEN AMORIM's first summer window in charge, some positions look to require more urgent attention than others. Patrick Dorgu became Amorim's first big-money signing when he joined from Lecce in January, but a new striker now appears to be on the cards. Ipswich Town hotshot Liam Delap is the latest striker to be linked. He is one of 5 frontmen thought to be on United's radar, after Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee's challenging season in front of goal. Amorim's preferred 3-4-3 setup hasn't been the easiest to implement for the former Sporting CP boss. There has been some progress, though, only for injuries to limit how much he has been able to put his plans in action. That injury list is beginning to ease, though there will likely be some departures over the summer. Christian Eriksen has indicated this will be his final season at Old Trafford, while uncertainty remains over Kobbie Mainoo's future. The Premier League's profit and sustainability rules may limit United's spending power over the summer, but they're still expected to make some additions. Here, Mirror Football takes a look at what might be in store going into the 2025-26 campaign: goalkeeper and center-backs. There have been suggestions Andre Onana might be deemed surplus to requirements after some high-profile errors. Amorim seems to have faith in the keeper, though, and a new number 1 is unlikely to be the highest priority given the concerns elsewhere. Leny Yoro is likely to benefit from a full preseason, having seen his preparations interrupted by injury last summer. It might be a different story for Lisandro Martinez as he recovers from ACL surgery, but the former Ajax star ought to be a starter when he's back fully fit. In terms of new faces, Dean Huijsen could well fit the age and quality profile as United prepare for at least one center-back departure. Bournemouth star Huijsen has been linked, with Victor Lindelof and Johnny Evans both out of contract in the summer, though Real Madrid could provide significant competition. Wing-backs and midfield. With Dorgu slotting in quickly, attention has turned to the other wing-back slot. Diogo Dalot has grown into the role, though, potentially allowing United to stick with what they have in terms of senior options, especially after missing out on Giovanni Quenda. In the middle, much will hinge on whether Mainoo can be convinced to stay. Even then, Amorim indicated he saw the England international as a potential number 10. Manuel Ugarte has benefited from more game time and turned himself into the kind of player United hoped they were getting last summer, but they may want a new partner for the Uruguayan. Atalanta and Brazil star Ederson, who has been linked in the past, could be the solution. While there have been suggestions United might move Ahmad into a wing-back role next term, the Ivorian has shown his quality as one of Amorim's 2 number 10s. Bruno Fernandes has done the same, offering more in his advanced role in the second half of the season. All of which prompts the question of who might lead the line for United next season. Victor Gyökeres links haven't gone away, with Delap joining the Swede on a 5-man shortlist, which also includes Benjamin Seco and Hugo Ekitike. The 5th man on that list might be the solution, though, especially if Napoli push ahead with efforts to seal a swap deal involving Højlund and Victor Osimhen, which frees up funds for United to spend elsewhere. Nigeria striker Osimhen was the top scorer in Serie A as recently as 2022-23, and has 20 league goals on loan at Galatasaray this term, potentially making him the right man for the job. Ayden Heaven, the 18-year-old Manchester United wonder kid, has been at the center of concern following a serious injury during his side's dominant 3-0 win over Leicester City at the King Power Stadium on Sunday. The young defender, who has impressed in his early appearances for the Red Devils, was showing great promise in the match before the unfortunate incident that halted his performance. Heaven had been arguably Manchester United's best player on the pitch, but his game came to a sudden and painful end when he was carried off on a stretcher after what appeared to be a serious leg injury. The injury occurred when Heaven went down clutching his leg, signaling for help immediately. A 5-minute delay followed as medical staff attended to him, and the severity of the situation left many watching, including teammates and fans, deeply concerned. Sky Sports, covering the match, chose not to show a replay of the incident, which further heightened the sense of unease around the injury. As the stretcher was brought onto the field, Heaven was visibly in distress, and the entire atmosphere at the stadium shifted to one of worry for the young player's health and well-being. Reports from those present at the King Power Stadium noted that after the match, Heaven was seen walking out of the stadium with his foot in a brace, which offered some relief to those worried about the severity of the injury. Although walking with assistance, the sight of him leaving the field under his own power was a small positive sign amidst a moment that had initially seemed much more serious. Despite this, there was still considerable concern about the nature of his injury, with speculation about potential fractures or ligament damage. In the aftermath of the match, Manchester United fans and the footballing community eagerly awaited updates on Heaven's condition. According to injury specialists, the signs so far have been encouraging, and Heaven may be able to return to action within a few weeks, assuming he does not suffer from a more severe injury, such as a lower leg fracture. While the exact nature of the injury is still unclear, the early prognosis has been positive, suggesting that it might not be as grave as initially feared. This news was a huge relief for both Heaven and United, as the teenager has been a bright spark in the team's recent performances. Dion Dublin, a former United player, was working with Premier League Productions during the match and witnessed the injury firsthand. He expressed concern about the seriousness of Heaven's situation, noting how painful and worrying it appeared at the time. Dublin emphasized that the injury had the potential to be a major setback for the young player, but he remained hopeful that it would not be as severe as it seemed initially. Despite the injury scare, Manchester United's victory over Leicester was comprehensive, with Rasmus Højlund scoring his first goal of 2025 before Alejandro Garnacho doubled the lead. Bruno Fernandes sealed the win, securing 3 valuable points for United. However, the injury to Heaven overshadowed the victory, as fans and teammates alike were focused on the well-being of the young star. As for Leicester, their struggles continue, and this loss marked their 7th consecutive defeat. The Foxes, now under the management of former Manchester United striker Ruud van Nistelrooy, have been battling relegation, with their form showing little sign of improvement. Their inability to score, having netted just once in their last 7 matches, further highlights their dire situation. For Manchester United and their supporters, the hope is that Heaven will recover swiftly and be back in action soon. As a young and talented player, his development is crucial for the future of the club, and his injury serves as a reminder of the physical risks players face on the field. The upcoming weeks will be critical in determining the extent of the injury, and whether Heaven can return to continue his promising career at Old Trafford.